Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
David Menzies for Rebel News here in Toronto. Well, folks, I'm standing outside the Princess Gates, the most misspelled landmark in the city of Toronto. And I got to tell you, it's a sad occasion because you see, if things were normal, this would be the first day of the Canadian National Exhibition, aka the X. And you know, just like 2020, the CNE has been canceled. The reason? Well, COVID, of course. And this is the first time the CNE has been canceled back-to-back since World War II. And yet the question arises, why? More than a month ago, the Calgary Stampede, it went ahead as scheduled. For weeks now, just north of the city of Toronto, Canada's Wonderland has been operating. Well, I reached out to City of Toronto spokesman Brad Ross to ask that question, why no CNE again this year? And this is what he had to say. At the time the decision was made to cancel this year's CNE, case counts remained high and no one could be certain what vaccination rates may have been come August. The CNE requires long lead times for planning and securing contracts. Having to potentially then cancel those contracts would have been costly. The prudent and safest thing to do was to cancel this year's fair. Restrictions to large gatherings do remain in Ontario to help stop the spread of COVID-19, and ongoing public health measures will allow us to get back to normal more quickly. Well, yeah, I guess it's being canceled for our safety, despite the fact we know the recovery rate of this virus is more than 99%. And again, how does the CNE fall victim to cancellation, whereas Wonderland, the Calgary Stampede, numerous amusement parks around the world remain open? I think the city could have rolled the dice in regard to canceling those contracts. And I got to tell you, folks, I mean, maybe the CNE is corny, maybe it's redundant, but nevertheless, it remains a bittersweet occasion for those growing up in Toronto. Bittersweet because sure, we love the rides and we love the Carney games and all the incredible buildings, the automotive building, the food building, and everything else that makes the X what it is. But we all know that when the X opens, it's really a sign that summer is coming to an end. The CNE closes on Labor Day, which is the unofficial end of summer. And once again, for the second year in a row, Torontonians have been denied this tradition. And it's sad, really. I mean, I've always pondered that this exhibition that goes all the way back to 1879, it's almost as old as Canada itself, that one day, because of changes to the city, this big patch of real estate would be transformed into, I don't know, the next condo development, perhaps an NFL stadium, maybe a mega casino and resort, that the CNE would be no more. But not now, not yet. It's just so tragic that the CNE is not existing for the second summer in a row because a city council is just too scared to take a chance. For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, the election campaign is off and running. Let me ask you a question. Do you trust the mainstream media? Do you trust the likes of the CBC and the Toronto Star to tell the truth as they cover this campaign? I sure don't. That's why, please, if you can, make a donation so that we can report the truth of what's happening out on the hustings. Go to realreporters.ca. That's realreporters.ca. And if you're able to, kindly make a contribution.